Okay, okay. Yes, Abhi. Yes, Abhi. Are you back in the class?
Yes.
So in the previous classes, we have learned some important concepts, right? So from the beginning, let me just tell you what are the different things we have learned so far. So we did learn about factors, right? Then we did learn about common factors. We did learn about lowest common factors, right? Also in short called as LCM. So we did learn about that and how LCM can be found in various using various methods. LCM can be found. We did learn that how to find lowest common how to find lowest common multiples. We did learn about that also. We did learn about what is highest common factor, but we haven't learned that in detail, right? So we did learn that factors and multiples, both of them are kind of related to each other. A factor of a number is the number that divides it completely. For example, you have number 9. So 3 is a factor of 9 because it divides it completely, right? So we did learn that. We did learn about how we can find factors of a number. We did also learn about how you can find multiples of a given number. What are the properties of factors and multiples? We have learned about that, right? We did learn about how you can find common factors of two given numbers and how we can find lowest common factors and highest common factors of the given numbers, right? We did learn about that. We also learned about some special numbers like composite numbers and about prime numbers. Okay. Today we would be learning about some of the important properties of numbers like even and odd numbers, right? So talking about the even numbers. So we know about the even numbers are basically those numbers that are divisible by 2 or at their unit place they have 0. Getting it now? So the numbers that have 0 at their unit place, that is at one's place, or that number is completely divisible by 2, that is called as an even number. For example, you can take examples of numbers like 138, right? Or for example, we take 344, 780, 386, right? 550. All these numbers are the examples of even number, right? Because these numbers are completely divisible by 2. Another important thing is that all these numbers, when you look at their unit place, which number do they have at their unit place? They have numbers like 8, 4, 0, 6. Right now, we can have some other examples like 222, right? Here the unit place is 2. Here you have 0. So those numbers which have got numbers like 2, 0, 6, 4, or 8 at the unit places, they are called as even numbers. Getting it now? And they are completely divisible by 2. So that is what an even number is. I'm writing down some of the numbers. First of all, give this heading, properties of odd and even numbers. Give the heading and then you're going to write down the definition of even number first of all. So in this, you'd be writing those numbers which are exactly divisible by 2 and has numbers like 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8 at the ones place. Write down the given definition of even number. Then we're going to do some questions on this, and then we'll be learning about odd numbers. Also, it is important that you turn your camera on in the class. Do let me know once you're done writing the definition.
So this is the definition of even numbers.
Yes, this is the definition of even numbers. Those numbers which are exactly divisible by 2 and has numbers like 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8 at the ones place.
So do we have to write examples?
Yeah, you write down the given examples also. Okay. Meanwhile, there's an important thing we would be learning over here. Say for example, just hold on for a minute, Habib. Stop writing. Say for example, you are provided with any given even number and you are asked to find the next 5, 10 or next 11 consecutive even numbers. Say for example, you are provided with a given number. For example, you're provided with, let's say, um, 2, for example, right? And you are asked to find the next consecutive even number. So how would you be able to find the next even number? Like, like 4, it is going to be 4, right? But there's a formula using which you can find it out. Huh? So there's a formula that is 2n. What this basically says that, say for example, if the value of n I were to place 1, so thereby 2n will be 2 multiplied 1, that is 2, right? Or n is 2, so thereby 2 times 2 will be 4. N is 3, thereby 2 times 3 will be 6. Getting it what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or n is 4, so thereby 2 times 4 will be 8. Right now. So using this formula, you can find out the even numbers, right? So thereby, what we can observe over here, that every even number like 2, 4, 6, 8 or 10, 12, every even number that we'd be obtaining, can't we say that all of them are multiples of 2? Because it is like 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6, 2 fours are 10, and like this we can continue further. So another important thing to be noted over here is that you will be, after writing the definition, you will write that every number, note that every even number is a multiple of 2. Did you understood this note? Good. Okay, write down the definition. Also, like for example, this is a formula. For example, if someone were to ask you that is starting from 2, which would be the fourth even number. Just hold on for one more minute. Say for example, you have 2, which is an even number, right? Now if someone were to ask you which would be the fourth even number after 2, suppose you don't know, let's say, although you know this, but suppose if you don't know, also for example, would be having a bigger number, we'd be finding in that case also. So suppose if you want to find which would be the fourth even number starting from 2, so you can simply multiply it with this. In place of n, you will put 4. So 2 multiplied 4, that will be giving you 8. So will 8 not be the fourth even number starting from 2? Because 2, then you'd be having 4, you'd be having 6, and then you'd be having 8. Getting it? So counting from 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the fourth even number counting from 2. Getting it, Habib? Or if I were to ask you to find out the 26th even number counting from 2. Find 26th even number counting from 2. Will you be able to find it out using the formula 2n, where you have to basically put the value in place of n and multiply it with 2? You'll be getting your answer.
13 to the 26.
26 2s are
2 are 26.
26 2s are 52. Okay, so that would be 2n. So here 2 times 26 would be getting 52, right? So that is just another observation, okay,
So
which we have.
what is 2n?
What is 2n over here? See, basically, like for example, someone asked you a question. A question is asked you that find the uh next, like find the fourth even number counting from 2. So how do you find that out? So you would be simply multiplying 2 with n. So over here in place of n, you will put 4, and you'll be getting the answer like this. Okay. So counting from 2, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. So then that is the fourth even number counting from 2, right now. Or just like if someone were to ask me to find the 26th even number counting from 2, what would be the 26th? So how can I do that? So I'd be simply multiplying 2 with 26, and I'd be getting 52, like this. And here we have started the count from 2. You know, complete the definition first. Complete the definition. No need to write down this. Okay, no, the one that I have written over here. Do not draw this. Do not write down this. Okay, just write down the definition and this note.
Sir,
Yes.
this what is this written? These numbers which are, or their numbers which are?
Those numbers. THO. Those numbers which are exactly divisible by 2 and has numbers like 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8 at the ones place. Furthermore, when you add one even number to another even number, you'd be getting a even number. Okay, na? When two even numbers are added, as a result, you get back a even number. Okay, na? The addition of two even numbers gives an even number. Okay. So just like we have seen that addition of two even numbers is going to give us an even number. Okay, first of all, write down all this. Then we'll be learning about some more interesting things. Yes, so we write it fast.
Sir,
Yes.
can you can you read the B1?
Yeah. Addition of two even numbers gives an even number.
Then
Done? Good. Okay. So like in the property B, it is written that addition of two numbers gives an even number. And also in the first property, we did learn that every even number is a multiple of two, right? So say for example, here we have written 2 and we take any even number. For example, 182. For example, 190. Or for example, 384. All of them are actually multiples of 2, right now? Because like for example, 291s are 2 times 91 equals to 182. So 182 is a multiple of 2, right? What can we say about 190? So 295s are 190. So 190 is a multiple of 2. Getting it, Habib? Or for example, talking about 130, 384. So that is a multiple of 2 by 192 times. So 2 times 192 equals to 384. So that verifies the first property of even number, which I told you, that it's a multiple of 2. And in the definition, we have learned that all even numbers have digits like 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8 at their ones place. That is the first thing which we learned in the definition itself. Talking about another property which I was saying that, say, talking about another, like the A property you have studied. B property, in the note I did told you that addition of two even number gives you an even number. For example, addition of 144 plus 160. That will give you how much? Quickly answer me without doing it on your copy. Yes.
116.
144 plus 160.
144 plus 160.
Yeah, that will be how much? See, like
220.
no, wrong. It's wrong. See, like in your mind, you can do the calculation in this manner. Like this is 144. Divide this into 140 and 4. Okay, and this take this 160 over here. Look over
304.
here. 304. And also look at what I was saying. So I say that add 140 and 60, that will be 300, and then add this remaining 4 to this, that will become 304. So at the
Sir,
back,
I'm coming.
okay.
Done.
Done. So addition of even number gives you a even number. So 304 is also even number.
Yes.
We can in fact check it by dividing it with 2, right? So 304 when divided by 2, you'd be getting 152. So remainder is 0, quotient is 152. So that is correct. Okay. Now do tell me that what if I were to have two odd numbers? Property number one, another property says that if you were to have two odd numbers, say for example, you have 3 and 5, both of them are odd numbers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Both of them are odd numbers. So when you add them, you'd be getting number 8. But 8 is an even number now,
Yeah.
right? Or we can take examples of other odd numbers also. Give examples of any other odd number. Two odd numbers. Give example of two odd numbers quickly.
9 and 5.
9 and 5.
5.
So that gives you 14. That is again an even number, isn't it? 14 is an even number. Okay, give some more examples.
9 and 9.
9 and 9. That is 18. That is again an even number, right? We can take some other examples like 11 and 23. That gives you how much? Quickly tell me. 11 plus 23 is?
34.
34. That is again a even number, right now. So another property what we have learned over here, that addition of two odd numbers also gives you an even number, right now. Addition of two odd numbers gives an even number. Okay, so right from where you have ended your note, continue from there and write down the property C. There you will write addition of two odd numbers gives an even number. Okay, you would have ended your note over here now. You would have ended your note here. So after that, write down this statement: addition of two odd numbers gives an even number. Okay, Habib, write down this. And as an example, write down the first example: 3 plus 5 equals to 8.
Those 4 examples.
Just first example, the first example only.
Okay.
Another thing is that, like, what if you were to add 3 odd numbers? So in that case, you will not be getting an even number. This property is true only when you are adding 2 odd numbers. Say for example, we have taken some other odd numbers. Let's say we have taken 3 odd numbers, like 3 plus 5 plus 9. That gives you 17, right now. So 17 is not an odd number. I mean to say, it's not an even number, it's an odd number. So addition of more than 2 odd numbers will be giving you a odd number, but addition of just 2, like for example, what if you were to add 5 plus 9, that will be 14, or 3 plus 5 would be 8, or 3 plus 9 would be 12. Getting now what I'm trying to say? And all of them are even numbers. So when just two odd numbers are added, you get an even number. But if more than 2 odd numbers are added, then you will be getting a odd number. You understood what I'm saying?
Yes.
Good. Okay, first of all, just write down this one.
If we add 4 numbers, we'll get even number, right?
Yeah, then you will be giving even number. Very good. So if you are adding like 2 or 4 or 6 or 8, uh, like you are adding them, you are adding the even numbers of odd numbers. Getting it? You are adding the even numbers of odd numbers, then you'd be getting a even number. But if you have to add odd numbers of odd numbers, like you are adding 3 odd numbers, 5 odd numbers, 7 odd numbers, then you'd be getting a odd number as a result. Okay, done writing the property?
No.
After this, you'd be learning about what if you were to multiply two even numbers or divide two even numbers, then what you will be getting as a result. Okay, now
Done.
done. Okay. Now another property of even number is that, say for example, you were to have two even numbers. Let us take 1 minute. See, it is D. Now talking about multiplication. Multiplication, write down this topic, multiplication of even numbers. So let us take any two even numbers. For example, we have 12 and we have example of 16, right? So when you multiply 12 and 16, what answer you're going to get? You'll be getting 192. Yes, Abhi. Or take another example. Let's say you have example of 14 and then 16, right? So what answer you're going to get? Multiply 14 and 16 quickly.
So can I first write the heading?
Okay, write down the heading.
So done, right?
Done. Okay. So say for example, 12 times 16, that gives you 192. Or 14 times 16, that will give you how much? Multiply it quickly. 200 and
224.
224. So what do we observe over here? That these numbers are again even numbers now. So multiplication of two even number gives a even number, right? When you have two even numbers, or even if you have more than two even numbers, then you will be getting an even number. So for example, if I were to take one more even number over here, like let us take 2. So that would be 384 now. Getting it now? That would now become 384. So multiplication of 2 or more than 2 even number gives you a even number as a result. So multiplication of even numbers gives an even number. So right from where you have ended, just write down multiplication of even numbers. From there you will continue, gives an even number. And the examples are as follows, which we have learned right now. After this, you'd be learning about division of, it would be property number E.
We have to take example.
Yeah, just write the first example. Division of even numbers. Okay, listen to me. Say, for example, we have any two even numbers. Let's say we have 144 divided by 12. Divided by 12. So when you divide the given number 144 by 12, 12 ones are 12, right? Then 12 twos are 24. So you get back result 12, same value. Right? So here, when you are dividing two even numbers, 144 is even, 12 is also even. So then as a result, you get back a even number. Like this, you could have taken some other examples like 396 divided by 2. That will give you 198. That is again an even number. Or let us take 448 divided by 4. That will give you 112 as the answer. So what do
Sir,
we observe? Yes?
these are properties, right?
Yeah, these are the properties. Okay, now. These are the properties. With example, we are learning the properties of even numbers. Okay, now. So we observe that all these are even numbers. Getting it now? So when two even numbers are divided, then as a result, we get back a even number. So you'll write down division of even numbers gives an even number.
What?
I was saying that division of even numbers gives an even number as a result, as we have understood via some examples here.
I have to write that.
You have to write down this statement and this, just take one example. Write down the first example only.
Which is this division of even numbers.
Division of even numbers gives an even number. You understood it or not, Abhi?
Yeah, I understood it.
Good. Done?
Yeah.
Okay. So far what we learned that we were learning about properties of odd and even numbers. Right now we begin with the even numbers. So first thing we learned that basically any number that is completely divisible by 2 leaving a remainder 0. That is an even number. Furthermore, it is observed that all the even numbers will exactly have numbers like either they will be having 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8 at their unit place. Okay, na? Furthermore, all the even numbers are multiples of 2 basically. All of them are multiples of 2. So no matter which number you look at in this example, all of them are multiples of 2. Okay. Further, we learned that addition of two even number gives back a even number. Addition of two odd numbers also gives you an even number. We learned about multiplication and division of even numbers also gives you an even number. These are the properties which we learned. I'm writing down some even numbers. You have to tell which one of them is not an even number. Okay. So you have to circle the odd one. Okay. In this, you have to circle the odd one. Odd one here means that the it's not, you don't have to circle the odd numbers. Odd one here refers to the number which is not an even number. Okay, na? So circle only those which are not a even number. Okay, now
865.
basically you have to circle the odd one. Okay, starting from which one?
865.
Okay, now look in the first row also.
9. Yeah, 19.
19. What about 15? You
Oh,
forgot
15.
15?
First
Hmm?
15. First 15, then 19, then 21,
Hmm?
then 360,
You
865,
forgot 25. You forgot
25,
25. Hmm?
then 865,
Hmm?
973,
Hmm?
555,
Good.
no, 800, no, 900, 97,023.
That's 9,723, not 97,000. Okay. Very
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
So
okay.
what we have observed over here, that these numbers at the unit places are having numbers like 5, 9, 1, 3, like this. Getting it now? Look at the place values of these given numbers, and what do you observe in them? You would observe that these numbers would be ending with numbers like 1, 3, 5, or 9. What if I were to add one more number in this, like 1, 1, 1, 6, 7? What about this one? That will also be circled, isn't it? Right, Habib?
Yes.
So then give the topic odd numbers. Give the topic odd number. So here you will write that those numbers which are not divisible by 2 and have numbers like 1, have numbers like 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9 at their place, at their ones place, at their ones place, their ones place value. Okay, now. So in the following example, you can clearly observe that all these numbers, either they are ending with 1, either they're ending with 5, 7, or 9. Right now, like this one is ending with 5, 9, 1, 3, and 7. Getting it now? So that is the property of the odd number. The very definition of the odd number states this thing. Next, you'd be learning about the properties of odd numbers. Done? Okay, write it quickly. Good. By the way, Habib, we have observed this thing that, like in the case of prime number starts from which number? The prime number starts from
Odd number.
the prime number starts from 2, right? 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, like this, right? So apart from 2, all other prime numbers are odd numbers. That is one thing which we have observed, isn't it? A prime
Yes.
number starts from 2, then you have 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, like this. Getting it? So we see that apart from 2, all other prime numbers are odd numbers. That is one thing we have observed. Okay, now next we are going to learn some of the properties of odd numbers. Then we would be beginning with your exercise questions. Okay, now, and also like divisibility rules is left to be discussed. So write down the properties of odd numbers. So first thing do tell me that when we add two numbers, what numbers were we getting? When we were adding two odd numbers, what kind of numbers were we getting? Do you recall this? We did learn this moments ago. In the case of even numbers, we have learned that. The property A says that addition of two odd numbers gives an even number. So for example, we have examples of following numbers like 13 plus 15,
So
both of them are odd numbers, that is 28. Yes?
when is class ending?
When this class will be ending, the class would be ending in few minutes. In 4 or 5 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, it would be ending. You have to go somewhere.
No.
Okay. Furthermore, see, if you were to have two odd numbers, and what if you were to subtract them? Yes, Abhi, let us say we have 15 and 13. We subtract them, we are getting 2, right? So 2 is an even number. Just stop for a minute and pay attention to what I'm saying. Okay, I will give you time to write down this. Okay. Take some other examples of odd numbers. Quickly give 2 examples of odd numbers. Quickly.
19 and 16.
So 19, 16 is not an odd number.
Oh, and 15.
15, that gives you 4. Okay, let's take one more example. 37 minus 21, that gives you 16. What can you say about the numbers 2, 4, and 16? All of them are
Even.
numbers, right? Now, so the next property is that subtraction of two odd numbers, write down this, of two odd numbers gives an even number. By the way, few properties are left to be discussed, which should be continuing in the next class. Okay, na? There will be learning about what if you were to add an odd and even number, then in that case, what we'd be getting. That is quite simple, by the way. Okay, just do let me know once you are finished writing this.
Done.
Done? Okay. Then what about the multiplication of two odd numbers? Say, for example, you were to have 3 and 5, both of them are odd numbers. So 3 times 5 are 15. Then 3 times 7, that is 21, right? Or for example, 13 times 15. What would be getting in that case? Multiply 15 with 13, both of them are odd numbers.
Yes.
So you'd be getting 195. Huh? So 195 is also an odd number. So in the third property, we get to learn that when we multiply two odd numbers, like for example, 3 times 5 gives you 15, 7 times 13 gives you 91, 13 times 15, that gives you 195, right, Abhi? Or for example, we have like 19 times 19, that gives you 361. So the another property of odd number states that multiplication of two odd number gives a odd number.